Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Fredrick. I'm the photographer of the group. And I'm going to use this because it has some, as my wife calls them, talking points. And that's really easy for me to do. That way I don't get sidetracked. Most of you know I can talk a lot. A lot about nothing, too. So anyway, that's it. Let me tell you just a little bit about myself. I grew up in Los Angeles. I've been a photographer for about a lot of years, probably more years than some of you are old. And I've enjoyed, every minute of it. I have 8 brothers and sisters. Me makes 9, and I'm the third oldest from the top. We all live in and around Los Angeles and Orange County, and we're all over 50. And that's pretty nice to have. When I was growing up, my brothers and sisters were my best friends. I mean, there were so many of us that, when we went out to play, we didn't have to choose anybody from anywhere else. It was just us, you know what I mean? And we had a great deal of time. We had a lot of fun doing that. And so that was really good. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Long Beach State in 1981 in physical education. I thought I was going to be in the NFL. That didn't work out. I'm really happy. Now that I'm seeing what's happening with the concussions and stuff today, I'm really happy because I was a linebacker and I could hit, and I prided myself on that. So hopefully I've only got like maybe 90 concussions or something like that. But anyway, it was very interesting growing up here in Los Angeles. I minored in health science. So how I got into photography is really kind of interesting. I applied for a school in San Diego to work on a master's degree in clinical psychology, and they told me to come back next year and apply. And I told them I'd have that long. So I took off and followed my next passion, which was photography. And so that's pretty much it about me. I'm outgoing, easygoing, and fun-loving person. I have not met a person to date that I did not like. Some I've met have made me not like them, but when I first met them, I liked them. Okay, now. So, all right, that's enough about me. Okay, so that's enough about me. What I'm going to talk a little bit about today is kind of what's going on with Fredrick Christian photography. And in case any of you didn't know, I'm Fredrick Christian. So the title implies exactly what it means. I am the photographer. I'm the guy who does the editing. I'm the guy who does everything in my shop. But that's the way it goes when you're starting out and you're trying to build something, and a lot of you know a lot about that. What's currently happening today is, and what I'm doing today is really just trying to stay current. I just finished a couple of certification classes in Photoshop, in Lightroom, and a couple of other those programs that are going to be, you'll understand why I'm mentioning this, as I go forward. So I finished those certifications, and in June I'm taking a national exam. Well, actually it's a pretty big exam. About 15% of the people in the United States who actually use Photoshop are actually proficient in it. And I'm taking the experts exam. So that is my way. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay current because things are changing, especially with digital photography. And most of you own digital cameras, and and everybody in this room presumably is in business. And as a result of that, sometimes you're faced with, okay, I need some work done. I got to get it done. I'm going to take these photographs myself, and then I'm going to just have my friend come in and do it for me, and then I'll be good to go. And that's good. How many of you are familiar with 6 minutes? This is going way too slow. Okay, fast. How many of you are familiar with the 80-20 rule? Anybody ever heard that? What does that mean?
80% of people do, or 20% of people do 80% of the work.
20% of the people do 80% of the work. An interesting thing is happening in Photoshop. You've heard me say that in Photoshop, that in my business, I spend 80% of my time not behind the camera. I spend 80% of my time in front of a computer. And what I'm doing with that computer is I'm editing photos. There's not a photo that comes out today that I know of, in advertising and/or otherwise, that has not had some kind of photo editing done to it. That has been tweaked It's been manipulated, it's been adjusted. Most of you heard me say, you know what? I got a great photo, but it's got that bad acting uncle in it, and I want that guy out of there, okay? I don't want him in my photo anymore, and I'm tired of looking at him. He's right over the mantle. I got to get him out of there. And that's kind of what I'm talking about today. Is now what we're doing in staying current is that I have to learn how to edit. And I've been editing photos for a lot of years. But it's not something that I've always mentioned. But it's exactly that makes photography what it is today. You look at a beautiful photograph in a magazine or in an advertisement or on a website, I guarantee you, if it looks good, it's been tweaked. And that is not a bad thing. That is just the state of the pixel, okay? You can manipulate anything. So I'm going to share a couple of images with you that I've done. And each of them has a little bit of a story. This one was, there's a person in there. She started a radio station with a bunch of people, and they had their staff and everything ready to go. And as a result, one of the girls quit. So in order to do the reshoot, I told her, well, here's the price. You want to shoot it again? She says, well, can you take the person out? I'm like, sure, I can do that. And so I did. I took the person out, and I only charged her half of what the shoot would cost. So in terms of value, having photos edited can be real profitable for you and for me, okay? So just keep that in mind going forward. We all want to look better, okay? This is a retouch job, but the only thing that happens is that there's a lot of software out there that's automatic software. You get somebody who is certified, who knows what they're doing in Photoshop, they're going to edit your photograph. It's going to look like you. It's not going to look like you at 14, which is not going to work for a lot of us. It didn't work for me, okay? So you need somebody who understands that you just can't go in there and apply a one-size-fits-all to every single photograph. It just doesn't work. When you look at your products online, a lot of products online, yeah, you go to click on the website and it looks great. Sometimes they look okay, sometimes they don't. But for the most part, there is a lot of junky looking photographs out there. The last photo I'm sharing with you is a kind of an extreme, compliments of Miriam. It's a little extreme, but it was how the photo was initially taken. You can minimize a lot of this stuff, a lot of problems with your website photography, just by buying a very expensive camera. The more money you're willing to plop down, the more that camera will do. But you're still going to need somebody to edit it, to go in there and look at it, to adjust the hue and saturation, to color correct, and all those other things. And those are some of the things that we're doing behind the scenes in that 80% at Fredrick Christian Photography. So we're doing a lot more photo retouching, and that's for you guys who've been around for a long time. Photo retouching is an old term. Photo editing is what we do today. So that's what we're doing today. The kind of customer or client that I'm looking for today is that client who has work already done, but they need it for something else. You got that picture that you really could use and it's sitting there, you need to use it on your website, but that guy is in prison now, and I need him out of there, okay? So I can't be showing him on there. People are gonna know, they're gonna think certain things about my business. So those are the kind of things, those are the kind of clients I'm looking for. I'm also looking for those business startups as well. If you have an event, and you have a great photo from that event, but my God, it's so badly underexposed or overexposed or this or that, then that's what we're doing now at Fredrick Christian Photography. It's not so much about nowadays having that camera in front of your face. Like I said, 80% of what a photographer does today is done behind the scenes. It's not in front of that camera. So that's my spiel, and I'm sticking with it. All right.